This is a demonstration. My name is Danna Crawford, and also known as Power Selling Mom, and I am the local author expert with Constant Contact. And I'm tongue-tied this morning, so hang in there. I'm broadcasting from a hotel room in Georgia, so hopefully we will get through this. And as I mentioned, if anything should go wrong, no worries. We'll just log out, and I will send you a separate replay. Otherwise, this will be the copy that you receive. Again, I'm Danna Crawford. I'm known as Power Selling Mom. You can find more information about me at my website. I do travel around the country teaching eBay workshops, and I've been doing eBay for 18 years. Constant Contact came into my life in 2007, and they contacted me since I'm a public speaker, and they asked me to become the authorized local expert in Florida, in Ocala, Florida. So I'm very proud to be on the team. Complement it. There's no doubt, because email marketing is a powerful tool. So on our agenda today, a paid account. I'm going to show you the login. Then we're going to go into list creation, because you'll see the reason shortly. Automation purposes, the different reasons that you can automate your emails, and I will share with you what I do and what works so wonderful for me. And then I'm going to show you how to set it all up. And then we're going to talk a bit about templates. And we will have time, hopefully, for Q&A. So what I'd like you to do is, as I'm going along, if a question pops into your head, just go ahead and type it in so it'll be ready at the end. And then if I do answer your question before the end, then feel free to remove it. No one can see your questions but me, and then they'll be ready for at the end of the presentation. So a lot of times the questions get answered. All right, so first we're going to start with logging into your Constant Contact account. And those of you that do not have an account, I would ask you, so that I can get credit, to please go to powersellingmom.constantcontact.com. And those of you that already have accounts and you would like to be in my umbrella, please send me an email and I can get my gold star. So you just type in once you go to the page, you will just put in your email, and then if you want to do a free trial, it's a free 60-day trial, no credit card needed. You can just type in and click on Try It Free. And then what happens is you'll see a startup screen, and then you go ahead and put in your email address, create a password, and all of your information. As you see, no credit card needed. And please just make sure you see the Power Selling Mom name at the bottom. If you don't see that, then you haven't gone to the right login. Then I won't get credit. Okay, for those of you that want to skip the trial and take advantage of the perks involved with this presentation, then just click on the Buy Now. And when you do that, you will see the Buy Now page. Again, you put in all of your information. The Power Selling Mom name will be at the bottom. And then after you put this in, then it'll take you to the page to put in your credit card and put in for your $20 or whatever plan you want to use. All right, so those of you who are ready to rock and roll, you've got your account set up, we're simply going to log in, and you just click on Log In. Now we'll see the login screen, and again, you just type in your username, your password, and log in. And here we go. Now, some of you may have a different type of screen. Those that have been with Constant Contact long term, you will actually see a screen that looks like this. And then those of you that are brand new will actually see a screen like this. So no matter which kind of service you're using with Constant Contact, it all is going to go to the same place. So I just wanted to point that out, that the screens may look different. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a list. Now, I did a previous webinar on list building. If you would like to see a replay of that, just give me a shout out and I'll be happy to email you the replay. Creating a list is a good way to get started. So all you're going to do is from your screen, you're going to click on Contacts. It's located on the left-hand side of the page. And the reason we have to go to Contacts is because this is where we are, this is our contact management area. And gosh, we have sirens going by. I hope you guys can't hear that. Okay, so click on Email List. And this is where we're going to create an email list. And when you do that, now we'll be able to go to the list management page. And here, everybody's default list is called General Interest. You can delete that later or give it a new name, but it is like the default list. We're going to enter a new list. And here you'll see personally, I have probably about 150 lists by now. I don't know if there's a limit, but I create lists, and what that does is it lets me monitor where traffic is coming from, where people join from. So again, you can get more information on my list building presentation. But here, we're going to type in, I just want to give you an idea for this automation, because I use my automation for people that purchase different things from me. As an eBay seller, I have a calendar. It's a goal-setting calendar. And this is my favorite example because it works so well. They purchase that from me. So you would put in the name of what you're selling, or like if you're gathering and you're setting up an automation for tips of something in your industry, then you would call that this name. And then we simply add it to the list. Now here is an example of some lists I created to get your brain going, to give you some ideas. We have purchased blue jeans, people that have bought blue jeans from me, people that have bought my calendar, people that have paid for consulting or had consulting with me, people that have purchased ebooks. So these are the kinds of lists that will give you an idea. Now, after we have our lists ready and they're set up in the system, we're going to go back to home. We're going to go back to our home page, and then we're going to click on Create. And now we will get started with the process of creating an automation. So we're going to go with Automate Your Emails. Again, those of you that have older Constant Contact accounts, this is located in a little bit of a different area. So if you need assistance, give me a shout out. Otherwise, I can do my best to help you get your account switched over to the newer version. Okay, so we're going to click on Automate Your Emails. And now we're going to see options here. Now you'll notice at the bottom, there's a place for birthday emails. This will let you create an automated setup for birthdays. Now, this is another strategy. I honestly haven't tried this yet, but I think it's a brilliant thing I should be doing. And when I have my sign-up list, there's a place for people to put in their birthday. And when they put in their birthday, they would go on this list, and then it would be easy for me to set up the greetings for birthdays ahead of time. Excuse me. The same thing goes for anniversaries. So for now, we're going to click on Create to set up our series. Now don't worry, those of you that have an older account, I will definitely get with you to give you that information. Okay, so now we're going to go and create our autoresponder. We're going to call this calendars, and then we're going to call it, I'm going to choose the list of what this series is called, and I'm going to click the list for purchase calendars. And then I'm going to start by creating a new email, or if I had some emails already created in the system, I could copy those if I have an existing template. And then I'd simply go with continue. Now we will see the template screen. Same thing in the older version, we're going to go to the template screen, and then we're going to choose which template we're going to use. Now you'll see there's an area for branded templates. Those of you that have created or have special templates set up that with your brand all over them pre-created, those will be stored here. And then we have all of this list. What I usually do when I get started on any type of email marketing, I type in mobile friendly in the search bar. That's just me, because I like to make 100% sure all of my templates are going to be mobile friendly, because so many people look at their emails on their mobile devices. Now, I like to start with my first in an automation series as a thank you. So that makes sense. We're going to thank them for subscribing to the list, or thank them for the purchase. Whatever the case is, we generally start with a thank you. So if you use your own branding, you can create your own thank you. Otherwise, we're going to use a pre-made template. And then with any type of email marketing with Constant Contact, the first thing we're going to do is customize the campaign. And you give it a name. Now the public doesn't see this name. This is for your eyes only. So when you're going through your master list of emails sent, you can remember what that email was all about. If you just leave it campaign created in the date, it's kind of hard, excuse me, for your brain to remember, oh, what did I create on having a bit of a delay. Hold on. Number one, and thank you for subscribing. And then you just, all you do is you click on those words and you can rewrite the words. And then click anywhere on the page and then it'll overwrite what you had written there. So now you'll see it says, number one, thank you for subscribing. And now this email is ready for me to work on it. I can edit it. I can set it up. Again, that's another presentation as part of my series with helping you on your email marketing journey. But this, we're here about automation. So we're going to click on add another email. So now that I've completed creating my thank you email, I'm going to go ahead and start with the second email in this series. And you'll see we have options to either start a new email or to copy this email. Now if it's a branded email, it might be easier for me to just copy it and then edit and take out everything that I said in the earlier one and just redo the presentation. So we're just going to go with start a new email. And then it'll bring us back to select a template. Again, we can go through the search bar. We can put in a search for mobile friendly. We can put in whether it's a holiday or whatever we'd like, or we can use our branded. Again, we're going to give it a name. We're going to customize it at the top, and I'll call this one second week. I like to, this is just me personally, I'll have my second email go out the second week after the first one goes out, and then I'll call this one whatever I need to call it, the title of my newsletter or the title of my email. So in this situation, I've called it Dream Goals. You can see it up at the top left. And then I would spend the time, I would summarize, customize my complete email. I would give it a subject and the same strategy as with creating any type of email. You can see I've called it Dream Goals. And again, I'm going to, when I'm completed with this, I'm going to go ahead and start a new email. So I'm going to start on the third one now, and then I'll click on Start a New Email. Again, it'll bring me back to the template page, same procedure as earlier. Choose a template, and then you'll go to the top. Oops, excuse me. Go to the top left. You'll see I have 30-day email, and this one I've called it Power Listing. So this one will go out in 30 days, and that helps me keep track of what's going on. And then down here, you'll see the subject line of the email. And again, I've worked on the email, I've edited it, I've created it, and now in this example, I'm only doing 3 in the series, but whatever number you're at that you've gone through this procedure, then when you're ready, instead of create another, we're just going to go with continue. Great work. So review your summary below and make sure to activate when you're ready. So nothing is live. So the great thing about this is, as I like to say with a lot of things, it will not blow up. You can go in and play with this and create email number 1, number 2, number 3, and nothing's in stone. You can delete it, you can forget about it, but you can go in and play with it, and nothing will be live until you actually add people to that list. So let's, as you can see, like off to the right, we can schedule it, we can edit it, we can copy, we can preview, or we can unschedule it. So we can go through go through each of these in this series and do what's needed to be done. And then you would go to the next one, and when you're ready to get them organized, you would just click on Schedule, and then it'll tell you, do you want to schedule it immediately after they're added to the list? Or do you want to have it hours after added, or days, or weeks? You can decide each email when it's going to go out. Now, the only trick with all of this procedure is you can't add an automation to an existing list. So if you have a list already in your system set up and the people are already on it, if you create an automation and it's with an existing list, it doesn't work. They won't go out properly. So you have to get your list ready first, and then you can always as soon as your system is set up, then you can transfer all those people to the new list, and then boom, they'll be in the schedule. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so we're going to go with days after on this situation. This is our first one. And then I can choose, I want the thank you email to go 1 day after they are added to the list. So as soon as they're added to the list, then the next day, they're going to get the first email. And then simply save it. You can choose however many days that you like. You manually type that in. And then we're going to start with the second week, my dream goal one. And then I'm going to create this one to go out 14 days after the first one. So it'll be in order. So it'll show you the first number 1 is thank you for subscribing. And then this one will go out 14 days after the first one. And then I'll return to click on actions on the third one. And now I want the third one to go out 30 days after the second one. And so you can see how this pattern can start. You can have these go out in any order that's convenient for you, or any way that you want. But I generally like to have mine go out about 30 days after each one. Now I have another list that I'll have go out every 2 weeks. So it just depends on your goal. Now when your list is all ready and they're activated or ready to rock and roll, you'll be able to see on your main screen, it'll show you the statistics as it's going along, how many people opened it, the clicks, how many went out on your main screen. Now I want to share with you my personal screen. And my personal account, like I said, I've been with 2007. I still have been using an older version, and this is what my screen looks like. So here is a good example of my calendar purchase setup. So these are people that have bought my calendars, and as soon as they make a purchase, you can see I've sold 52 of them. So as soon as they make a purchase or a new purchase comes in, I sell these in my eBay store. As soon as they purchase one, then I copy their email address to the list. And as soon as they're added to the list, then gosh, my microphone's going dead. Hold on. There we go. Okay, as soon as they're added to the list, then the first one will go out in the next day. So you can see on the left, we've got the first day, 52 went out. This is the thank you for your purchase. 2 of them bounced, and that actually let me touch base with the people. I double checked on that email address, and I was able to fix one of them, and you can see now we don't have any more bounces. Well, we had one there, so somebody's email changed. Sometimes bounces I don't take too seriously because it's just a glitch in the system. But most of the time, if I do have a bounce, I can contact them direct, and sometimes they change their email or whatever needs to be. You can see 38 people opened it, and we had 13 clicks. And then you can view all of these things that help you monitor what's going on. So like, for example, let's go down to 120 days. I'm into this scheduling. So 120 days, only 9 people have at the 120-day mark. And then only 5 people opened the email. So this makes me wonder, what kind of title did I have on that, or on the subject line? Maybe it wasn't so interesting that a couple people didn't want to open it. So this is how I can monitor what's going on and what to adjust or change in the future going forward for my automations. And then you can see down at the bottom, I can add more automated emails to this series if I wanted to. But now you can see the beauty of how this works and the power of it, because I can go in, I do manage a couple nonprofit accounts and for different nonprofits, and I can go in and set up all of these after people make donations. And it's great because I can set up a year's worth of emails in a couple days. So the first, say, 2 days of the month, I can set up a whole year of emails going out. It's brilliant. You can even go in deeper. And this was the first email that went out, for example. There were 52 sent, the one with 2 bounces. Nobody spam reported me, thank gosh. Nobody opted out. most popular place that everybody went to was my YouTube channel. So, and again, this is on the thank you email, so it wasn't a big call to action type of email, but I did share all of my social sites, and it seems YouTube was the favorite. They actually went to a YouTube video, so we had a 13 click-through rate. So this is really good statistics, I feel, and I love the reporting aspect. So this lets me, as a marketer, it lets me measure what's working, how can I improve myself for future marketing, and I just love it. So here's an example of my personal branded newsletter. So I have this already created. It's a template in my branded templates area, and it's ready for me to go. All I have to do is come in and copy it and adjust the title, adjust my subject line. It matches my website. It matches my colors. I can delete, just like you all know how to create an email by now, but it lets me adjust everything I need to adjust. This is the top half of my branded template. And then this is the bottom half of my branded template. Again, these are all blocks. I can remove them. I don't want them there. Maybe I don't want to use this email address in my email. I'll remove that block. Whatever I need to adjust, it's ready for me. It's pre-made, and I can just buzz through it and add and remove everything I need to do, which gives me, lets me get things done quickly. So yes, of course, we have a special offer today, as in all of my presentations. There's always a good deal. And this deal for today is if you do sign up with a Constant Contact account today, you purchase the $20 a month, then I will, minimum, and then I will get a website match template created for you. So as you can see, here's somebody's website, and then here is a copy of the newsletter in full form that matches, because it's all about branding and matching. So all you have to do is sign up at powersellingmom.constantcontact.com. All right, commercial's over. So quick review. Get your list created. Create your emails with a call to action. Don't have too many calls to action. As you can see, you'll be able to measure what's working, what's not working. And you want to share helpful information in all of these automations. Whatever the purpose of your list is, make sure you're sharing helpful information. Don't be, buy my product, sale now, all this stuff, me, me, me. Make sure that you're sharing helpful information. Like when you get emails from me, I'm going to share email marketing tips. I'm going to share all of this kind of stuff. And at the bottom, I may have, okay, I'm having a special right now, but it's not going to be all about me. It's going to be all about you and what's going to help you. And then after you create your list, make sure that you take advantage of all of the suggestions with growing that list, and keep the list growing so that you can keep your business growing. And use templates as much as possible. Constant Contact has millions, I don't know, thousands of templates to choose from, and there's every subject under the sun. And I like to, as I mentioned, go with mobile-friendly templates the most. Choose the custom template options, and you can copy the template. So once you create one template, say, gosh, I'd love sending this, make a copy of it, and then just keep copying it and use it for all of your different automations or campaigns. And then pay attention to the results. Measure the results so you can keep track of what's working, what's not working, what you can adjust in the future, and what you can change to improve your marketing. And follow up as needed. Like if people you start seeing opt-outs or you start seeing bounces, contact those people and say, hey, what's going on? Did you change your email address? And, you know, follow up is good. I do have a focused Facebook group. Actually, I just started it. This was another bright idea I had, and it's so far going well. And I thought this way, those that are on Facebook can join this group, and you can post questions. We have the replays posted. All the previous newsletters are in there, and people can share each other's lists. We can help each other out, and we can have our own little constant contact email marketing community. So I'd love to have you join us. Again, just go to facebook.com/group/constantcontact1. We are number 1. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the questions. And please, if I answered your question, feel free to remove it. And let's see what we have. Okay, I see a couple of you have the older versions. I apologize because everything that now is coming out, everybody should be updated to the new version. So you need to send me an email, and I can send it to my account manager at Constant Contact and get you switched over, and also on my umbrella with my group. So please send me an email, and I will do my best to get you switched over. But the good news is everything that I showed you is still available on the older account. It's just in a different location. So actually, I can try to get some screenshots put together for those of you that need it. But let's try to get you switched over, and then that should work. Let's see. Yes, good question, Caitlin. She said, so this is a list that's okay to add to consistently, and it will start automation. Yes. So that's the beauty of this. So every time you put in an email to that list, it automatically starts at number 1. So no matter what day it is. So as I sell another calendar, boom, I just go put their name on that list, and then it starts with the first email that goes out in the next day, and then the second email out in 2 weeks. It's a brilliant concept because then they just keep growing from there. Yes, and it's not like the older version where you have to keep copying your emails and then doing that over and over again. This is the beauty of it, and it has saved my life. I mean, it's made marketing so much easier for me, and I'm happy to be able to share it with you. And my email is Danna. Oh, there it is. Oh, I guess I don't have it on the screen. Sorry about that. It's Danna, D-A-N-N-A, Crawford @gmail.com. Or you can schedule a phone call with me by going to my website at powersellingmom.com. There's actually a sign up on the left-hand side of the page where you can actually schedule a phone call with me. And if you want to schedule a phone call with me later today, I'm going to be driving home on the road about 4 o'clock. So I always love to talk to people when I'm driving. So that'd be great if you want to schedule a phone call this afternoon. And let's see. All right, we got my email. And yes, I'd be happy to help get you switched over. And yes, I will be able to show you where everything is on the older version. That's not a problem. So yes, Lisa, just send me an email and just put in the subject line, help me switch, and I will do my best to get that set up for you. Yes, the automated emails, you can put in just using the same codes, and you can put all of that in, and so that it will automatically have their name on it. and you can customize it the same style. You're going to create the same email just like you would anyway, and it still works with the automation. It's seriously awesome. Great. Yes, it's called the Autoresponder feature. That's correct, Cheryl. And yes, Barbara, send me an email, and I will do my best to get you switched over as well. And Alicia, and Cheryl. Wow, you guys all have older accounts. I can't get over that. Usually everybody is brand new. So I apologize. This is shocking to me. I did a webinar the other day, and no one had older accounts. So you just never know. But it's okay. The newer layout you're going to love. It's a lot friendlier, but it's not necessary to switch. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to get ready to head to Amelia Island in Florida. Yes, so on your list, you create the list first, and the only reason I say that is because you just create the list name, and then you go start creating your automations to add to the list. Because what I learned was, if you go start creating your automation and then you want to put it on a new list name, you have to start over and you have to go back to create your list, and it's annoying. So it's just easier. Maybe they'll change that in the future. I did put in a request for that change at the last convention I went to, because it's annoying, because you're going to work on your list, or you're going to create your email, and then there's no list. So it's so annoying, and you can't do it from that screen. So yes, you need a blank list. So you would start right from the beginning. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Amelia Island is so beautiful. I'm doing a presentation today. It's on eBay, and it's actually at the Amelia Island Museum, and I can't wait. We have like 60 people registered, so it's going to be fun. So watch my Facebook page, because I'll have pictures posted from the event tonight. Yesterday I was in Kingsland, Georgia. We had a smaller group, so I travel around and do these presentations. I love it. So thank you so much for joining me. You have any questions? Yes, you can run as many automated campaigns. I don't even think there's a limit. You can set them up. Like when I did this setup for our food bank in Ocala, we created a donations. When people make a donation, we created thank yous, and we created all of these set up ahead of time, and it makes life so much easier. And then boom, soon as somebody, like if we get somebody that calls on the phone or asks questions, we say, could we add you to our list? And then we know which list to add them to. It's brilliant marketing. Makes your life so much easier. All right, you guys, thanks for your kindness. I really appreciate you all very much. Have an awesome day, and happy email marketing.